Hello, good evening. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a nice day. Thank God it's another time for MC Pleasant Sunday live discussion. Thank God for His faithfulness upon our lives. Yeah, so I hope you had your previous week was good. This is another week God has brought us into, so we appreciate God for it in the name of Jesus Christ. So today on MC Pleasant TV Sunday live discussion, we are continuing from where we stopped last week. Remember last week we talked on handling difficult partner, how to handle difficult partner, and we talked extensively on communication, you understand, attention and all those. And today we will still want to, it's not as if we're continuing, but still on that track, we want to talk on the topic that is there: are boundaries necessary in relationships? Are boundaries necessary in relationship? One of my friends told me, married, that the husband is put some laws, as in don't touch my phone, don't enter my room when I'm not there, don't touch anything like it. There are certain things she cannot go touch or go to except the man is there. And she was kind of complaining. I said, there's no need, those are boundaries. You understand? So today we want to really see, if boundaries are actually necessary and what are the benefits of setting boundaries in relationship. Could be between spouses. And most times we find that when spouses keep on arguing over certain things, for there to be peace, for there to be understanding amongst both of them, either party, one of them sets a boundary. The husband can say, this is this and this is this. This is what I want. I don't want you to exceed. I don't want you to go beyond this. Those are boundaries. So it's not a punishment. It's not as if your husband or your wife doesn't like you. Just for their own personal comfort, so that there will be peace in the relationship, so that that love will not be broken by something. That's why boundaries are set. If you're the type that, it's like boundaries are rules, rules that are set on ground for both parties to adhere to. It kind of cautions us when we want to go excessive. I want to do something that my partner does not like, and maybe he's been telling me, don't do this, and I still continue. He sets boundary. He makes it, enacts it as a law. This is what I don't want, and this is what I want. Those are boundaries. So it's not a punishment, it's just for the peace. For there to be peace in the relationship. It's just for there to be continuity and love. For peace of mind of your spouse. If your spouse loves you and one particular thing is causing issues, just says boundary. Okay, this and this is thing that is causing trouble for us. Please, let's not cross boundary. Let's not exceed or do whatever that will keep on causing issues and problems. So what do? These are the rules. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. And each party should adhere to it. So today we're going to look at some of those things, what actually can be defined. Many of us will hear of boundary in relationship, boundaries, and many people assume it to be punishment, or that maybe your partner is no longer interested in you or does not give you full attention. No, boundaries have their own benefits for the relationship, for the love to continue. Because if you keep on, no matter how somebody loves you, keep on doing things that offends your partner, definitely it will make the love to begin to go down. It will definitely affect the love. Good evening, sir. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, sir. Hope you had a nice day. Thanks for joining us today. Today we want to talk on, are boundaries necessary in relationship? Are boundaries, are they necessary in relationship? That's what we want to talk on today. And I've said that boundaries are set, they are rules, and rules set to limit either partner from doing what will offend your partner. Those are boundaries. So they are not punishments. They are just limits that you can go. Maybe your husband dropped his phone. It could be a boundary. I'm not saying it. Not every spouse or people in relationship that do that. Please, this is what I have kept. I don't want you to touch it. This is my phone. don't touch my phone, don't read my messages. No, it's not as if there's something your husband is hiding. He just wants, because there might be something you might see there that you don't understand what actually it is. Because most of the times we just speak from the up. I don't really know the root of the issue, and then we just begin to work on what we have seen. So most times partners set boundaries in relationship to limit issues from coming up. So what I wrote down, I said boundaries are limits and rules you set for yourself about what you are comfortable with in the relationship. Because I said earlier on, if your partner is not comfortable with some acts that you do, to avoid issues, to avoid quarreling, to avoid disrespect on either party, you set boundaries. You understand? So let your partner get to understand that this is what I don't like and this is what I like. Those are boundaries. You understand? Why is your partner doing that? For the love to continue, for there to be peace in your relationship. So that you don't keep on quarreling every day, don't keep on arguing, to limit argument. That's why boundaries are set. For the peace of your mind, so that you don't have emotional trauma. That's why boundaries are set. So it's not a punishment. Boundaries are not punishment. They're just things that will limit us from going excessively to do things that will affect our relationship. That's why boundaries are set. And I said here also, I said they help to protect. Okay, like I said earlier, what you're comfortable with, and then how you want to be treated. Most people behave irrationally to their spouses, to those people that are in relationship with. They might be doing it not really knowing that this thing they are doing is wrong. And your partner keeps on complaining and you just feel nonchalant towards it. So when you continue with that, you find out that it affects your partner, even if he's not saying it or he's saying it, and you still continue doing it, it will affect it. And a time will come, it will affect the relationship. That's why boundaries are set. So most of the time it's to protect the relationship and for both parties to have peace of mind. Emotionally, you don't have emotional trauma. Thinking on why is this happening? So when it's set on ground, when it turns into a rule, please, I don't want you to touch my phone. It is my phone, it's not yours. Drop it. Don't go beyond that. No matter what is happening, even your husband is not there. I have heard people that some people, the husband's phone will be ringing. She's there, she won't pick it. Why? That's a boundary. Don't touch my phone. And then the wife also, the husband, don't touch your wife's phone. Those are boundaries. It depends on the people that are in a relationship, whatever they feel comfortable with. And if you don't feel comfortable with it, then don't limit your partner from going to that length. That's why boundaries are set on ground. You understand? So, like I said earlier on, I said, it is not that your partner is, maybe the husband sets boundary. You understand? This is what I don't want, that is what I want. And the wife has this notion that this man wants to control me. That's why he's setting boundaries. Most times, people are not, comfortable with their partners setting boundaries. Why? Because they feel, okay, for example, if a man says, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, you understand, the wife feels, what's the meaning of that? He's trying to control me. I don't know, tell me what to do. You understand? You're setting boundaries. And most times also, see, some people want, a partner might want to set boundary. Maybe a husband will want, a man will set a boundary, and one might not want the wife to. No, it should be both parties, because in as much as the man also wants peace of mind, the wife also wants peace of mind. So boundaries are necessary in relationship so that both parties involved in relationship can have peace of mind. You can have what you desire, what you want, how you want your partner to treat you, how you want your partner to relate with you. Both of them should be free to express themselves. That's why boundaries are there. So there are some boundaries that have their own negative aspects, but most of the time it's just for the protection of the relationship and for the peace of mind of the parties that are involved in the relationship. That's why boundaries are set. So like I said earlier on, they're not punishment, they're just for protection of the relationship and the people involved. So without boundaries, like I said earlier on, it could affect the love. It could make the love, because if somebody that both of you are in a relationship and one of the party keeps on going beyond limits, it will affect the other party. And whatever affects you that does not give you peace of mind, it will make you your love for your partner to begin to go down. Why? Because you're seeing so many flaws. But if boundaries are set, your partner is aware, this is what I don't want. With time, your partner adapts to it. with time, your partner gets conscious of it and you really want to do that, and you see the relationship flowing. So that you won't be exhausted in that relationship. The love will not go down. The love will still be increased. Why? Because it brings respect. If it's a man that has set boundary and the wife with time gets to understand what the husband wants and how he needs to be treated, and vice versa, we find out that there's peace in the home. The husband knows, okay, my wife respects me. What is respect? What I want to give to me. And then if the man also is able to respond to the wife's boundary or do it, you find out that the wife also feel comfortable that even the husband also gives her respect that is due to her. You understand? And that's why how the love grows. But if there are no boundaries, or if it becomes one-sided, that's why I said it's not control. So if a man decides, I am the one that will set boundaries, it becomes a control, because your wife also might see some things that you are doing as a man that she is not comfortable with and want there to be a limit to it. For example, let me use this one, this physical aspect of boundary. Maybe your wife goes to work or your husband goes to work and comes home with maybe workload that she needs or he needs to do in the house. And your wife says, please, your husband says to you, I need your attention. So, I will, but for now, I want to do the work because I'm going to submit it tomorrow. And the husband says, no, you can't do that. I am the husband. This is so important. No. The man should be able to understand that whenever the wife brings workload from the office to the house, time should be given to her to work on her own. Or maybe the wife is making call, the husband wants to always be there. And when the wife wants to do that, no. Those are boundaries should be set. You just know what you're comfortable with. My boundary might not be your own boundary. So whatever you're comfortable with, that's where you set you're not sorry. Whatever you're not comfortable with, that's how you set boundary, and that's what you set boundary on. But whatever you're comfortable with, you fly along with it. You understand? You fly along with it. So boundaries are important for our relationship, for the smooth running of our relationship, and for the protection of our relationship, so that issues don't come up that will break the relationship. That's why boundaries are there. So it's, like I said earlier on, it's not for punishment. It's for the growth of the relationship. It's for the protection of the relationship and people involved in the relationship. Because when you teach your partner the things that how you want to be treated, and you let your partner understand, your partner will treat you that way. That's a boundary. So I don't want this to happen, and your partner listens to you, understands it. That's so at so time. Your partner will not do that. Why? Because you have set a boundary. You have set a limit. You have said, okay, this is what I don't want. And your partner adheres to it. Of course, you love your partner the more. And you know that, okay, my partner respects me. My partner knows what I want. If somebody is doing what you want, of course, you'll be pleased with that person. But when the person keeps on disobeying you in what you want, then there's a problem. So with time, you find out that the person, the partner or whoever gets offended and tells you. And when he tells you and you don't make amends, there's a problem. So for the relationship to run smoothly, please, let's set boundaries. That your setting boundary does not mean you don't like your partner. No. Your setting boundary does not mean that there's a problem or you're punishing your spouse. No. Setting boundary means that you don't want problem in the relationship. Setting boundary means that you want the relationship to continue. Setting boundary means that you don't want anything to affect the love that is going on between you and your partner. So for those people, I don't know why our fans are not there. Even Sir John is not joining us. This is MC Pleasant TV Sunday live discussion, and it holds every Sunday 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And we discuss issues that has to do with relationship, family. You understand? And that's what we discuss on MC Pleasant TV Sunday live discussion. And today we are talking on, is it actually necessary to set boundaries in relationship? And I've been saying yes, that it's necessary, because boundaries are not punishment. Boundaries does not show that the who sets the boundaries trying to control his or her partner. No. What boundaries shows is that this is what I am comfortable with, and that's what I want in this relationship. And as long as that's what gives me comfort, my partner should be able to be trained on it and learn and try not to pass that limit that has been set. If your partner says, please don't touch my phone, don't use that superiority, that you want to show that I'm superior to you, I must check on your phone. No, it's not necessary. But that is not everybody's boundary. I'm just using that as an example. That's what we're saying, sir. Yes, I think it is. For some things, not everything. Like, somebody can say, so and so time. Most people, let me give an example of boundaries that I set. For example, a man works in an office and maybe the wife works, it's not working. And the man says, okay, don't come to my office so time. You understand? And the wife disobeys. Maybe why the man has said, don't come to my office so time. Maybe he's busy. Maybe they are having management meeting. That's the time the wife will want to come. And when she comes and the husband is not available, she makes fuse about it and begins to raise up issues due to that. Your husband has told you, don't come at this particular time. Why? Because I will be busy. Either I'll be having meeting. You know, there are some offices, always in the managerial meeting, they have days. Once they come to the office, they go for meetings, especially maybe on Mondays. And that's when you want to go to the office, when your husband has told you so. So when there's a set-down rule, so between couples, when the couples have set down rule, it should be obeyed. That's obedience. Those are boundaries. Like I said earlier on, it's not punishment. It's for the protection of your relationship. Maybe you're calling your partner, and maybe your partner is not available, and you decide, okay, let me not be called. There's no need for me to call, because anytime I call, the person is not available, and you make it point, okay, since you're not available, I'll not be calling you. You understand? And then your partner begins to make things that I call you, don't pick. As you say, but you said boundary, don't call at this particular time. Those are boundaries. That's why I said earlier on. I said there are negative, there are boundaries that are not that does not promote the relationship. Those ones are the ones that are bad, but they also have good boundaries that will affect you positively, like that will not give you emotional trauma. You understand? Boundaries, you can set boundaries in every aspect of a relationship. You could set boundaries financially. If you're married and you are sharing both accounts, you could set a limit. This money, this amount should not, the amount you're going to be withdrawing from this account should not exceed this amount. That's a boundary. The amount your husband or your wife, maybe it's the man that's okay, this is the amount we'll be withdrawing from this account every month. Once it gets to this amount, please, no more withdrawals. That's a boundary. You understand? And then maybe a man sets a rule. Once it's 6 p.m. in the night, nobody is in this house. That's a boundary. The husband can say, okay, once at this particular time, I don't want you as a wife to be going out alone. If you're going out, I should go with you. That's a boundary. So when the man does that and the wife feels the man is trying to control her or to punish her because maybe she wants to do something, and then that's a boundary. Rules. You know, most of the time they say people that set rules, they find it difficult to obey. They find it difficult to obey. So it's easy to set rules, but how many people are obeying it? So in a relationship, there should be rules. There should be guidelines. There should be limits to certain things. If a man does not set rule or boundary financially, trust us women, we could take the money and squander the money. But when the man sets rules or limits to our spending, we have the account. Both of us are running the account. I have access to the account. I have your whatever, and I want to withdraw money. I can withdraw more than what is necessary. You understand? And maybe the man wants to use the money for something. And because the man did not set any limits, did not say, okay, this is the amount of money that should come out from this account every month. You shouldn't withdraw more than this. It's not as if the man is punishing, which means when you want to withdraw more than that, tell your husband or tell your partner, I need more. He will say, but when you go and disobey and do that without his knowledge, you're breaking the limits. You're breaking the boundary. So I'm saying the issue of phone, if a man is keeping his phone away from his wife, that means a lot of things. Yes, I said earlier on, sir, it depends on individuals. For me personally, I don't see anything wrong in my husband going to my phone or me going to his phone. No. I said it depends on individuals. I just use that as an instance. Most people do it. So let me not say most. Some people do it. You understand? But I don't think that is not healthy. You understand? Because I don't see anything. We didn't in Chidera. I don't see anything. How are you? Happy Sunday. Thanks for joining us tonight. I don't see anything wrong in both of you are partners. Your wife going to your phone, your husband going to your phone. I don't see anything wrong. What I'm saying is that some people set that as boundaries. So I was just giving instances of boundaries that people set. For me personally, I don't see anything wrong. I can't hide my phone from whoever I'm in a relationship with, which means there's something that I'm trying to hide away from him, which means there's a secret I'm keeping, or there's something I'm doing which I know is wrong and I don't want him to see it. So it depends on the individuals. I'm not, it's the phone issue. No, I don't think it's for me. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that boundary should be set. You understand? And that's what I was trying to say. Phone, there's nothing wrong. I can drop my phone. Anybody can see it. Am I hiding anything? I said there's a skeleton in my cupboard. That's when I would say no. Let my partner not touch my phone. No. So I understand what you're saying, sir. It depends on the individual, sir. Yes, you're right. It means a lot. Personally, I don't like that. You understand? And then you also say the issue of meeting in the office. That one is normal. Yes, that's why I said there are different types of boundaries. That one is normal. Yes, I don't think a responsible wife will want to come and see her husband at that meeting time. Thank you, sir. I understand that. That's why I said there are different types of boundary. Different types of boundary. Do things together. Yes, couples should do things together, like these boundaries that we're saying now. If there's no understanding between both parties, that's why it should be something that should be discussed between both of them. Both partners, you understand? Both partners should discuss. For example, I'll make a call to my partner and he says he's busy, and I keep on disturbing with that call. No, it will upset him, or it will upset him. He does same to me, it will upset me. So those are the boundaries. Once I say I am busy, please give me space. You understand? Why? Because you don't know I am busy quite all right. If I listen to you, I'll give you that, but it might affect what I'm doing. Those are boundaries. So it's something that should be, a mutual understanding between both parties. Mutual understanding between parties. There are some boundaries, like I said earlier on, that are good, some are not good. Like this phone issue, I don't support it. Why would you be keeping your phone away from your partner? You understand? But there are also some boundaries that are good. Instead of you to have issues, no, let's just leave it at this. Or maybe you're having heated arguments, and one of your spouse says it's okay. Let's just leave this thing for now. Later, why is he doing that? For his peace. Let there be peace. You understand? So that it can cool off. When both of you have cooled off, you come back, find yourself that your temper has gone down, and you can now discuss calmly. That's why boundaries are set. So it's not as if it's a rigid thing. It can be changed. You understand? If you're having issues with your wife, for it to, or husband and wife, or people that you're in a relationship with, you're having issues, you understand? At that particular time, you're wise enough to know, if I don't stop this thing at this particular time, it could result to something that is worse. It could result into serious crisis. So any reasonable man or woman can say, come from another party, okay, let's just relax. Let's just stop this issue for now. Maybe later we can continue with it. That's a boundary. What are you trying to do? To protect each other, so that you don't begin to have a serious issue or serious argument that can lead to another thing. Why? Because once you're heated up in arguments, you begin to say things. You understand? And then maybe there are some people that are fond of, maybe if you're having a heated argument, they just switch off the phone and cut the call. And the other person feels that that's a humiliation. Why should you cut the call on me? No. Any reason, if it happens 1, 2, or 3 times, you should know why is he cutting the call, so that the argument can just go down, so that you don't say things that you later regret. That's why boundaries are there. Boundaries are not rigid rules. No, they're not. They're not rigid rules per se. But then there are things that are set on ground. It might not be. It can be adjusted. It's not a permanent thing. You understand? I can set boundary now because you're having issues that we don't quarrel more. I can set boundaries. Okay, let's just stop this argument for now. That's a boundary. So it's the exchange of words has come to a limit. It should be stopped now, or else it could result to fight. It could result to a more serious issue. You understand? So that's why boundaries are set. They are not rigid rules per se. They are not punishments, and it doesn't show that the man wants to control the woman. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm having responses. I didn't know. Chidera is saying, okay, Sorry. Wow. Well, MC Pleasant TV Sunday live discussion. We get to know that, yes, at times it's bad. Yes. Well, Pastor, that's why there must be understanding between the couples. I said that, sir. There must be understanding. You can't just set boundaries and just like that. No. It should be a mutual discussion between both of you. There should be an understanding, because once things are done without a proper understanding, it leads to chaos. You understand? It leads to chaos. But once there's an understanding between both of you, then there's no issue. You agree. Why? Because, for example, that two husband and wife that are arguing always because of one issue or the other. When you get to understand that there's a level this argument will get to could result to more serious issue. What do you know? Anyone amongst them that is right. Once you get to that, you see a woman now, if you understand, when you get, I see your spouse that has gotten to that level, that heated argument, any wise woman should be able to just relax. You understand? And walk away. Or the man can also decide to just pick up your trouser, put up your shirt, and go out. Why is he going out? He wants to cool himself down. Those are boundaries that are set. So boundaries are not punishment. They are not rigid rules. You understand? But they're just things that are set on ground for your relationship to be protected, for you to have peace of mind. When you're quarreling, there's no peace. You're agitated. At that time, you're quarreling and you're angry. There's no peace. You're disturbed. For your peace to be on ground, just set band. Okay, just go out. Anytime we're arguing, let's just relax. Once you have argued, let's relax and cool off, so that there'll be calmness, and then you can reason well and talk. So this is MC Pleasant TV Sunday live discussion. We'll have just 2 minutes. Sunday live discussion, it holds every Sunday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And we discuss issues that has to do with relationship and our families. And today we talked on are boundaries actually necessary in relationship? And I said, yes, they are necessary. Some are not, but some are. Anyway it goes, there are times it helps. It helps our emotional state, so that if you're going through trauma, emotional trauma, because of one thing or the other, when you set boundaries with time, you find out that you're relaxed, you're calm. Physically also, like I gave an instance of financial boundary. You can set a limit that this is amount of money that can come out from this account. Whether you and husband, both of you are running an account. If you don't set boundary, your husband can withdraw all the money, your wife can withdraw, and then there will be problem in the home. You understand? There will be problem in the home. And then physical boundary, if you come back and you have loads of work as a man or as a woman and you don't set boundaries, your husband can tell you, drop that work, this is home. When you're going to office, carry your work and go and do the office. It will affect your job. And then when you, as a man, you come and the wife say, you have worked so much in the office and you're coming home, which will carry office. Why did you carry the office work to the home? In the home is different. There will be problem. So it should be understanding, there should be effective communication, understanding between both parties. That's the only way boundaries can be beneficial. So thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Chidera. Thank you, MC Pleasant TV, for today's joining us today. God will help us all in the name of Jesus. So join us again next week Sunday on MC Pleasant TV Sunday live discussion. Our time is right now. It's just for 30 minutes, no longer 1 hour. 30 minutes, so that we don't waste much of our data every Sunday. So it's for our own benefits and for your own benefit too. So I urge every one of us to come across this. So please join us, make our time and join us on MC Pleasant TV Sunday live discussion every Sunday, Nigerian time, 8 p.m. We discuss issues. It's an open forum. You share your opinion on the topic that is being brought forward. Today we have talked on boundaries. Are they actually necessary in relationship? And I said yes, to keep our emotional state calm, for protection of our relationship, so that our relationship does not break. Those are why boundaries are set. So God bless you. As you come across video, please like, share, comments, and drop your opinions on what you think about setting boundaries in relationship. God bless you richly in the name of Jesus Christ. So have a wonderful week ahead, and may God shower his blessings upon you this week that we just entered. See you again next week Sunday. God bless you. Good night.